Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. This time, I think I'm gonna go into something that I think people probably didn't know. But there are things that I didn't expect that I would do in my life at all. Now, I will be going through some things that I think was really interesting, unexpected as well, that I think was just great in general. For example, so what shall we start off with? Um, you know what? Let's start off with something I think a lot of people may seem a bit, you know, would probably be surprising. So, I finally watched Vinland Saga. Yes, the anime that uh the people from Bulgaria, like the youth, or people yeah, just people from Bulgaria just recommended to me because Icelandic references and stuff like that. And I was like, nah, I'm not going for that. That's not the purpose of it. But second season is what the openings of second season is what kind of got me into it, more or less. Like got me interested in actually watching it. But I never expected to actually watch it, let alone um let alone actually liking the show as a whole. Now, first season was, let's just be honest, the first season of Vinland Saga wasn't that good. Like, and the main reason is the main character. The main character in the way I can describe this is that I can't relate to that character at all in the first season. And I think the reason is if if you've seen the openings or probably read the description of the show, at least the first season, the character has just sunk into darkness basically. And we're talking about real deep. So deep that he just broke in the end. And I mean mentally just broke in the end. Which is a spoiler alert. Yes, I know, but if you have seen the openings in second season, it's not much of a surprise. Let's be honest. Uh, uh, but yeah. However, second season, I'm gonna say this was a masterpiece. The first opening, which I watched the dub version of it. I don't know whether it's in the sub, but in the first episode, the first few minutes, I believe, there was Icelandic. There was words spoken in Icelandic, which that was very interesting. It was a very interesting approach that they went with this, which immediately got me hooked into the second season. That is the one thing that kind of got me hooked into the second season. And onwards from there, I actually love second season. Just it's a masterpiece. How the main character sort of just gets a redemption arc, pretty much. That is the entire second season is his just redemption arc, more or less. You have another character that I think with oh like I feel like he's pretty much like he feels like one of those main characters to be honest. Even though he just appeared in the second season and he's literally there throughout the season, but like yeah, that is a really cool character. And there are some characters as well from first season that show themselves in the second season, of course, besides the main character. Um, and I actually do like the character growth of the main character in second season. Like I actually related to him way more in the second season than in the first season. The first season was like how to explain the first season. The story was interesting, right? Um, like mainly the story and some of the characters that I think were just enjoyable in general. Like, sure, you had you know, some moody sort of characters in here and there, but there were a lot of enjoyable characters. There were plenty of enjoyable characters in the first season. That's for sure. Second season, I think, was way more impactful and like even though it was trying to like give out a message of sorts, it didn't lean heavily onto it and way more just focuses on character development overall. I think the only message that was brought out was in the first episode when it was spoken in Icelandic. And I'm pretty sure anyone that has seen that episode probably didn't know this. Like anyone that isn't doesn't speak Icelandic or something like that. Unless if you recognize it, then sure. Unless if you recognize it or speak it, you would probably not know it was Icelandic. So that is a fun fact. Um, and the last two episodes, in my opinion, were just was like were just masterpieces of like it was done so well. The last two episodes, which makes me actually excited for whenever season 3 might come out. To be honest, this season like you have the what was it 23rd episode? I don't remember exactly, but the second last episode um was really interesting because it was like that one was I'm not gonna go in too deep about that episode, but I all I can say is that, and if you don't want to hear spoilers, you can skip this like part where I talk about this episode and then the last episode. But in this episode, the main character basically takes a chance and makes a sacrifice, pretty much. Well, doesn't takes a chance on a sacrifice. Let's go with that. He's willing to sacrifice to protect something, which was that was the that was where this was the part where he has literally reached his his end of the character progression. Like he went from this person driven by hatred to a person who wants peace, just pure peace, with no violence or anything like that, which is really interesting. And the last episode, I'm just gonna say this: it's a very like it's a beautiful episode. Let's go. I'm just gonna say it. It's a beautiful episode, and I don't think I could have like I don't think they should have changed anything in that in the season, to be honest, because this season was just pure perfection. Sure, this means that the first season, you know, is still worth watching to an extent if you want to know, like, if you want to get into like the second season, which I'm gonna say it, it's worth it. It's absolutely worth it. Um, but yeah, so yeah, that I think that's pretty much it for Vinland Saga. I'm actually hyped for whenever third season might come out, if it comes out. That is, um, hopefully. I'm not sure whether it's gonna come out or not. You can say and something about that. Also, another thing I actually didn't expect me doing is watching Dan Da Dan, the one of the more newer animes that just came out. And I'm also enjoying that one, to be honest. Like it's it's one of those animes that kind of brings me back to the good old times, pretty much. And the opening doesn't help with that either. let's let's be honest. It still takes me back to like 2010s at least, where um where it just has that vibe to it. The opening is like, at first I didn't like it. I don't know why, but later on I was like, damn, this is actually good. So yeah, there's I can live, like, I can say this as well. Dan Dan is a really cool show. Like, if you don't know the premise, it's about people discovering the like just, how do you say this? We're interested in the occult, and something happens to them. Something weird happens to them, and yeah, that's basically how what happens, pretty much. Um, yeah. Other things that I actually didn't expect to do or get. Uh, for example, getting a proper job outside of YouTube. At least here in Iceland, it's actually quite difficult. The reason why I actually got a job was because a friend of mine um had, got an offer on this job, and he sort of just rejected, pretty much, and was basically, he just went to look for someone to take over, and you know I was there. So you know he asked me, I accepted, and yeah, there we go. I have a job. So in a way, unexpected, lucky, and definitely not a coincidence. This was definitely not a coincidence. Uh, so yeah, that was that. Uh, Another thing is literally going to Bulgaria. That is something I didn't expect to do. Uh, but that happened. I made a video about it. So yeah, yeah, damn, makes me want to go back to the good old times, you know. Anyways, what else would yeah, what what else can I actually put in here? I'm not even entirely sure. Actually, yeah, I didn't expect to get Nintendo Switch, and this is actually a fun fact. Um, I got it as a Christmas gift in 2018, I believe. Yeah, 2018, 2019, something along those lines. And to be honest, it's a good console. It's a really good console, and I'm also excited for when they actually get, you know, whenever the next Nintendo console will be, which is most likely gonna be a hybrid console. Let's be honest here. But yeah, to be honest, I back then I actually wanted to get a Nintendo Switch, but you know that didn't happen until way later. So yeah, that sort of just happened. Um, Anything else I can actually think of? Like games, maybe? Hmm, not sure. I don't think there's anything else I can add into this. I think these are probably the only things I didn't expect to do, you know? But yeah. But then again, I didn't expect to have so many talents either. Let's be honest. Like we're talking about, oh, I have gaming skills. What else do I have? Oh, I know how to put shit together. I know how to sing. Um I know how to code or program. Um I know how to weld, which is actually funny. I took a welding class. Actually, yeah, that's another thing that was pretty much unexpected. I never expected because I took a welding class as an like option basically. So I took a welding class and I didn't expect to actually, you know, get through the welding class. I To be honest, that was the one thing I was like, am I actually gonna succeed in this class? I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna fail, right? But somehow I managed to get through it. I actually have a great teacher, to be honest. And it was actually really interesting the way he actually did it. Like, he did it differently for each person. And the way he did it for me was like just using, how do you say, what's the word? Um, not references. There's a different word. Basically, analogy. Yeah, he used a lot of analogies to just help me out with just with the welding part. Which, let's be honest, I do like when it comes to welding. I am, or just anything really. I make sure to do it right. So I'm extremely careful when I'm doing things. It's actually funny. Uh, Anything else? Yeah, like that was one of those times when I was like, I didn't expect to get through it, but I somehow did. I'm actually thinking of taking another class in it, like a higher class, like higher grade in it, just for fun, really, just to see my limits, you know. But yeah, welding, um, modding as well, modding skills, or well, maybe not making mods specifically, although I can do it. It's not out of the option. Table tennis, I'm actually good at. I maybe are a little bit rusty, but I'm good at that. Um, Socializing, even though it's not the best, it's not like I'm not the most sociable person per se. I tend to keep quiet, but I'm good at being unpredictable. That is something I'm really good at. And improvising. Um uh I just let me see. Improvising, let me see. I'm good at improvising. I'm good at I know how to dance. That is another thing I'm actually know how to do. Uh what else? Drawing. I'm actually good at drawing. Like, I think a lot of people that have seen me draw actually can vouch for me there. So yeah, that's a skill that I have. I have so many skills. That's funny, and that is something I did not expect. I never expected to have so many skills. You know, even just having just really good perception or just really good wisdom or intelligence is something else as well. That doesn't stray from the fact that I'm also stupid sometimes and an idiot. You can't be both. You can absolutely be wise and idiot and smart and dumb. Let's just be honest. We can be all these things, all these categories. That is something that can't be, we're all smart in our own ways. We're all dumb in our own way, in our own ways. We're all wise in our own ways. So that's kind of how it works. Uh, yeah. I'm also good at editing. Let's be honest there. I am good at it. I think people who have seen me edit, or like at least edited on the video, know it's good. Sure, I don't try to improve my skills there, but I'm pretty sure if I actually get into it, like properly, I would probably do really good at it. Be really good at it. Like the way I would describe my skills is that I'm a jack of all trades kind of guy. Now that doesn't mean I'm good at everything. Bloodborne? Hell no. That's a game where I just need to actually learn to actually play the game properly. And it's the same thing with anything really. In order to be good at something, you need to train for the most part. Unless you're naturally gifted yeah, unless you're naturally gifted. That is something like something that is normal, which is kind of funny. I think I'm naturally gifted in being clumsy and careful at the same time. And when I mean clumsy, I mean bumping my head into something or falling down the stairs as a kid, which actually happened quite a lot, funnily enough. Mainly because I wanted to go down the stairs alone and then I just fell down the stairs. Great times, great times. Yep, that's a thing. Um, and yeah, like yeah, but in general, I would say I'm a jack of all trades kind of a guy. There are and by the definition of jack of all trades is that you're good at a lot of things, but that doesn't mean you're good at everything. That is sort of the description of it. Is that you're good at a lot of things, but there are things that you just aren't good at. And that is just kind of how it is when you describe someone with jack of all trades, pretty much. But yeah, I think this is pretty much it. This is there's these are the things that I didn't expect I would get, do, or have. To be honest, a lot of a lot of things just either come by pure coincidence or as a surprise, you know. But in a way, sometimes it's a good thing, you know. Sometimes it's good, and there's nothing else you can actually say about it. Anyway, I hope you actually like this video, and if you do, make sure to hit that like button. If you want to support this channel even further, make sure to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. May the storm be with you.